Hello everybody, my name is Alex and I am here to talk to you guys today about holistic immunity with Isagenix. So we all know that Isagenix is a great tool for holistic health. Holistic just meaning that we're addressing the needs of the whole body, specifically with nutrition. However, Isagenix has an entire collection of products that I think don't tend to get as much attention because we stay so focused on the nutrition part of everything. And so I'm a integrative nutrition and wellness coach. I'm actually just a little bit halfway past my certification program, and I really like to help people understand how to use Isagenix for very long-lasting results that are going to take them into the months and the years to come. That it's not just about that weight loss, but it's about the all-over health that they can achieve with Isagenix and shopping from their own holistic health store. So I have compiled my list of the top 10 immune-boosting Isagenix products that you are going to want to have in your arsenal come cold and flu season, which for some of you, maybe that's already happened. I'm in South Carolina. We actually are just on the tail end of Hurricane Florence. And so if you are in the North Carolina or South Carolina market, our prayers are with you, and I hope that you have remained unscathed through this, and that the floods escape you. So let's dive right into this. So the very first item that is in our holistic medicine cabinet from Isagenix is Isamune. Now Isamune is, I'm going to see if I can you see that? It's a little bit bright with my ring light. But it's called Isamune Plus with zinc, and it's a spray. It tastes a little bit like spearmint, and you spray it 5 times on your tongue every morning, and this is going to help you with your zinc needs. Now, zinc is really important. It's a trace element that is necessary for immune function, and a lack of it can make you more susceptible to disease. Before I do go on, I do want to tell you that I am not a medical professional, and that the products that I'm listed here have not been approved by the FDA to diagnose, cure, or prevent any illnesses. So any information I'm going to tell you about benefits to your system from using these products are just general information that you can find anywhere as far as the ingredients in these products. And we're going to do our best to remain as compliant as possible. So Isamune is the very first one that we keep year-round, but specifically use it a lot when cold and flu season starts, and especially if you feel like a cold is coming on, you're going to want to use your Isamune with zinc every day. And I give it to my kids as well. Okay, so the next thing, the number 2 item, are greens. Now, you may not think of greens as quote medicine or medicinal, but let me tell you a little bit about these greens. First of all, I love Isagenix's greens. It is such a clean product. We have 30 different plants and botanicals in here. Every serving, so one of these pouches is going to, oh, it's upside down, is going to give you 9 servings of greens. 9. Now, I'm going to tell you something, guys. I do not stop at 1 serving. I like to do up to 2 to 3 servings a day, and I'm going to tell you why. So first of all, greens are really great for your skin. Inside and outside, you can use this as a mask, mix it with a little bit of water, but it's also really good at nourishing your skin from the inside out. But as far as immune support goes, greens are loaded with things like vitamin K. They're nutrient dense. Many greens are cancer preventing foods, and so it stands to reason that the antioxidant punch in a serving of greens is very, very high. Now, why is that important? So we hear a lot about antioxidant support and free radicals, and you might not know what that means. So free radicals are the byproduct of our body converting things that it takes in from food, from the air, from any kind of chemical assault we get from toiletries that we use. And so we have these things called free radicals that just kind of float around our body. And what they do is they actually cause damage inside of our bodies. And when you have cell damage, organ damage, what's going to happen is you're going to degrade the function of that body part. And so we have these things called antioxidants, and you're going to hear me talk about antioxidants a lot right now through this presentation. Antioxidants go in and chomp up free radicals, and so we really want to have a body that does not have all those free radicals in it. We keep it antioxidant. We keep that oxidation down, because oxidation is usually the breaking down of things, and greens are a great way to do that. And so when your body is in a time of stress, as is what happens when you get the cold or flu, or if you have inflammatory issues from muscle pains, you'll hear a lot of athletes at Isagenix will talk about taking greens after a workout. Really helps with that inflammation support. Greens are just a magical product. Okay, so 1 serving a day minimum, but if you can do more, definitely do more. 1 in every shake, so that's at least 2 servings a day. And then some people like to add it to their rocket fuel. And so that's, if you want to know what rocket fuel is, you can post it below this post and we'll tell you all about rocket fuel. Okay, number 3 is Sea Light. Now, this is an old package, but Sea Light, okay, is Isagenix's answer to vitamin C or ascorbic acid. Now, Sea Light is found in Complete Essentials packets. So if you take our Complete Essentials or Complete Essentials with Isagenesis, then you know that Sea Light is inside every single one of those little packets. Now, I will tell you that there are many schools of thought that talk about just taking really large amounts of vitamin C, and I'll give you a hint. 1 capsule of this is 520 milligrams a day. Now, you can do a lot of research on the internet, and if you are interested in doing a high vitamin C protocol, vitamin C is responsible for taking care of a lot of internal ailments in your body. And so what we typically do, even though this is 520 milligrams in 1 capsule, is we typically aim for 2 to 3 to 4 grams per day, which is about 4,000 milligrams. And this is 520 milligrams. So you'll have to do the math on that. But when you're sick, vitamin C is going to burn up everything in your body, and that's what you want. You want it to flush your body. You want to be getting rid of sickness, and so doing a high dose vitamin C regimen is a great way to do that. And so our Sea Light, it's a really affordable product, it's a clean product, and it's a great way for you to be shopping, again, from your own store. So Sea Light, vitamin C is a powerhouse. So you want to make sure you're always taking lots of vitamin C. Okay, so my number 4, we're going to switch gears here for a second from a supplement to one of our essential oils. And this oil is frankincense. So this is the first of 5 oils that we're going to have on our top 10. So frankincense is also known as boswellia. And as you know, boswellia, well, you may not know, boswellia or frankincense is one of the oils that was brought to Jesus by the 3 wise men, because even then it was regarded as a very valuable tool medicinally. And so the great thing about frankincense is just it does a ton of things. It helps to boost immune function. It helps to prevent illnesses. It may help fight cancer. I'm not making any claims here, but these are just things that you can just find generally if you look online. It's also a great astringent, so you can actually apply it topically to your skin to help dry out like a wound or a sore, that sort of thing. You're always going to want to make sure you dilute it with some fractionated coconut oil or any other carrier oil like grapeseed oil or even olive or avocado oil. But the nice thing about Isagenix's fractionated coconut oil is that it stays liquid. Some oils solidify at room temperature, like coconut oil. Fractionated coconut oil stays liquid, so it's not solid. So that's a nice thing. Some other things that frankincense can do can also help with skin and preventing signs of aging. I know people that take a drop of frankincense, dilute it with a little bit of carrier oil, and pat it around their eyes. But specifically when it comes to immune support, it definitely is going to be something that is going to help boost immune function. Okay, so and when something happens in our house, we will diffuse frankincense and also put it on the bottoms of our feet and put some socks on. So frankincense is my number 4 product. Okay, number 5, and this is what I'm going to spend a little bit more time with, are our omegas. Can you guys see that? Omegas, the Isa omegas. Now, if you take the Complete Essentials, you are going to get an omega, I believe, in both pouches, the AM and the PM packet. But I want to talk about omegas because they kind of don't get a lot of well-known love in the holistic health circles. You hear a lot about omegas because they're actually a really great tool for neurological and seasonal affective disorder and people that suffer with those types of things. A lot of the times doctors will tell them to improve or increase their intake of omegas. And so you may say there's so many omegas and I don't know which ones to take. So Isagenix's omegas are primarily omega-3s, but then they also have a proprietary blend of 5, 6, and 9. So I wanted to tell you a little bit because omegas are a really cool fatty acid that our bodies need, and I want to talk to you a little bit about it so you understand why you should take these. Now, I will tell you that people who do struggle with some of that seasonal affective, issues and that sort of thing, I always say to them, up your doses of omegas. You can also get it from food, but a lot of people tend to struggle with some of the foods that omegas are found in high amounts in, and those are your walnuts and salmon, anchovies, dark leafy greens like kale. And so sometimes it's just easier to take it in a high quality supplement, which our omegas are. So let's talk about omega-3s first. This is a fat that your body cannot make. So it's considered an essential fatty acid. You need it and you can't get it from your body, so you have to get it from your diet. So a couple of great things about omega-3s. They are great for improving heart health, supporting mental health, reducing weight and waist size, decreasing liver fat. We hear about having, fatty liver disease or the fat that grows around our organs, that visceral fat. And so omegas have been shown in scientific studies to be effective against that, supporting brain development, fighting inflammation, preventing or promoting bone health, and helping with asthmatic support, dementia, that sort of thing. So again, these are all things that you can find just out there on the internet. Isagenix makes no claims themselves, but these are things that you are going to find out there when it comes to what omegas help to support. So then we have omega-6s in here as well. Omega-6 fatty acids are a great source of energy for your body. Omega-9s are another form of omegas in here, and they can be produced by the body, but help with inflammation as well. And then the last omega found in here is an omega-5, which is not considered essential, which means our bodies can make it, but let me look at my notes here. They actually help with some symptoms of menopause because of their phytonutrient content. So the most common form of omega-5s is something called punicic acid, and that is actually what Isagenix uses. So there's just so many great things in here. We've got evening primrose oil, flaxseed oil. We've just got some great natural sources of omegas in here. So I love the iso omegas for that. And again, this is actually a really affordable supplement. And one of the things I do want to say about this is I saw a leader once put this in her mouth and chew it to prove that it did not have a fishy taste, because omegas tend to have if you've ever heard of a fish oil supplement, that's what omegas are. And these actually have a lemon flavor. So you can actually put them in your mouth and bite them and they don't taste unpleasant at all. But then you got a mouthful of oil. So I would just suggest that you swallow them whole. So those are our omegas. All right, on to number 6. Number 6 in my family's arsenal for holistic health is Cleanse for Life. Now you may be thinking, Cleanse for Life? How does that help with holistic immunity? Well, I'm going to tell you. So we're not talking about doing a deep cleanse with the intermittent fasting, although that is really good, but definitely not recommended if you're sick or trying to prevent illness. That's something that you do when you're feeling well and you've had some good shake days. But if you have even if you've got some tummy upset, or you have just, gone on vacation and you've been in a hotel where there's been a lot of smoking and you feel like you've just ingested all these toxins, or you feel like there's a little something coming on, it hasn't quite set into your system yet, but there's a little something going on in your system. I always like to chug 2 ounces of Cleanse for Life. That's why I love these little bottles, because they're just great for taking if you're traveling, if you just need some additional support for your system, some gentle detoxifying properties for your system. We know that, the main ingredient in here is aloe vera. And aloe vera is known for being a very safe, gentle detoxifier for the system, and it's not going to cause any kind of unpleasant effects in the toilet or anything like that. So Cleanse for Life is really great if you're feeling there's a little something coming on. What I like to do when I feel a little something coming on is I load up with vitamin C, I take some Cleanse for Life, I load up with vitamin D3, rest, fluids, hydrate, and we're gonna get into that a little bit more. So and I just really throw everything I can at it. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, it usually it burns off inside me, and I don't even get sick. So so Cleanse for Life is a really great tool, not just for deep cleansing, but also for immune support. Okay, number 7 is Hydrate, and I have my little canister of Hydrate here with the colors of the packet sticking out so that I know what flavors I've got here. Obviously, orange is the most popular because that's the one that there's not very many of in here, and I don't have a lot of grape lovers. So so let's talk a little bit about Hydrate and why it would be used for immunity support. So the first thing, very, very basic, what's the first thing that happens when your kids have got a tummy bug and they've got diarrhea or they're vomiting, or you too? The first thing that a doctor is going to tell you to do is go to the store and buy Pedialyte, or go to the store and buy an electrolyte solution. Now, before you do that, I want to tell you that you have got a beautifully formulated electrolyte solution right here that is so much better than the stuff at the stores, because it has not got any kind of artificial dyes or flavors or artificial sweeteners. It actually has electrolytes in it. So some of these common sports drinks and whatnot, they don't even have electrolytes in it. And just a reminder, your electrolytes are going to be your potassium and your sodium. And those are really important because our body needs to be able to bring fluid across the cell walls. And sodium and potassium are the way that they do it. And also sodium to keep our cells balanced. If there's too much water in there, then they're going to burst and die. And if there's not enough water, then they're going to shrivel and die. And so we have this beautiful balance that happens inside of our cells. And the only way that happens is with something called a sodium-potassium pump. And so we need to have both of these elements in the proper amounts in our system for our cells to function right. And so one of the reasons why it's recommended after you've had very, very long periods of excessive sweating, either when you're sick, when you're playing sports, or when you've been vomiting or diarrhea and you've lost lots of fluids, the best way to rehydrate is with an electrolyte solution, because it gets those that sodium and it gets that water back and forth across the cells quicker. And so Amped Hydrate is such a fantastic way to do that. Now I'll tell you, when my kids are sick, I will use double the amount of water in this just to dilute it down a little bit extra for them, because I feel like sometimes it's a little sweet on their tummy. And so I love that it's sweetened with honey too. So this is such a great product. I love Amped Hydrate. And something you may not know about Amped Hydrate is that it also has a vitamin C and a vitamin B complex of ingredients, which means it's got this proprietary blend in it. So you've got vitamin C for immune support, which we already talked about in the C light, but then you've got these B vitamins, and B vitamins are responsible for energy production in your body. And so many diet and medical weight loss clinics give vitamin B12 shots, because what tends to happen when people are losing weight and they're not eating, their energy goes down. And so the doctors will inject them with B12. And so you don't have to get injections, and you don't have to deprive yourself on Isagenix. You can just use the right products and have the same results. I love that. So Hydrate should definitely be in your cupboard for after sports, but also for illness. One of the things that I do with this is I will buy disposable freeze pop wrappers, and then you can make them into ice pops, keep them in the freezer, and then if the kids get sick, they can just suck on one of those. Or if you get sick, you can too. Also great on a hot day. So that is Amped Hydrate. That's my number 7. All right, number 8, moving right along. One of my favorite products is Ionox Supreme. Now I'm going to tell you something, guys. Ionox tends to be one of those things that people either love it or they love to hate it. But I'm going to tell you something. You got to learn how to love this. It's one of the best products that Isagenix has. And let me tell you something. I work with a lot of holistic health professionals, doctors in anti-aging medicine, people that deal with bioidentical hormones and adrenal fatigue, and I hear over and over and over again, you have to get on adaptogens. You have to get on adaptogens. And what is Ionox Supreme? It's a little pouch. of adaptogens. And adaptogens are those amazing little plant compounds that help your body adapt to any kind of stress that it's going through. And this is not something Isagenix pioneered. We just made it the best, okay? Ashwagandha is one of the best adaptogenic herbs for dealing with adrenal fatigue. So if you've got any kind of adrenal fatigue, cortisol, you want to keep your cortisol levels active through the day. But what's actually supposed to happen with your cortisol levels is you're supposed to wake up in the morning and your cortisol levels are supposed to be up here, and they're supposed to do this nice, beautiful sloping curve through the day. But what tends to happen with people that have got like crazy thyroid function, adrenal support function, is that they get this up and down, up and down, up and down through the day. And Ionox helps to keep that nice balance. And so how does that help you during times of illness? Well, for one thing, if your body is constantly in a state of fight or flight, which tends to happen when you have cortisol levels all over the map, that means that your body cannot adapt to changes really, really well. And so if you get exposed to illnesses, bacteria, viruses in the air, touching the cart at Walmart, your kids come home from school and they're germ casseroles and they're sneezing all over you, your body is going to have a hard time fighting immune invaders because it's just trying to take care of itself. It's just trying to get through life every day. And so Ionox is a great way to just equip your body every day to deal with life's stress, so that when it gets hit with something stronger, like the flu, like the common cold or whatnot, then it feels it's ready to do battle. Okay, so Ionox is one of those things that I tell people, do it twice a day, if not more. I know there are people on our team that use it specifically for adrenal support and do it more times than that. You know, you can talk to your coach about that, but I do it twice a day. I have a timer on my phone that goes off at 2 p.m. every single day that says, take Ionox, to remind me to get up from my desk and go take some Ionox. So you definitely want to make sure that you are taking our answer to nature's daily stresses. Okay, number 9 is a trifecta of products. It's 3 products actually, and it is lemon essential oil, peppermint essential oil, and lavender essential oil. So in the essential oil world, and let me tell you how happy I am that Isagenix came out with their line of essential oils so I can stop spending my money at other companies. In the essential oil world, this is the golden trifecta. Anybody who wants to get started with essential oils will usually be told, if you can't afford to get, one of our starter packs, this is what you start with: lemon, peppermint, and lavender. And I could do a whole other video just on using lemon, peppermint, and lavender, but the reason why I've got them grouped together is because one of the things that I do, and I have multiple of these around my house, is I create roller balls, and this is actually an open roller ball because it's got the little roller ball piece missing, and then it's got this cute little lid that goes on it, and so I went just on Etsy and I purchased like 40 or 50 of these for a really cheap price, and I just make roller balls all the time with all different blends. But I will tell you something, the ultimate thing to do is to make a roller ball with 10 drops of each, 1 to 2 tablespoons of your carrier oil, your fractionated coconut oil. Stick it in a 1 to 2 ounce roller ball, and anytime my kids have got any kind of issues, they can't sleep well, they've been exposed to illness at school, whatever, they roll that all across their feet. Okay, there are so many things that it's responsible for. We've got, it purifies, it sanitizes, it calms, it helps with decongestion, it helps with digestive issues. I mean, so many things. Of course, if you're using it with kids, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to dilution rates. And so that's something that, Isagenix has got charts that tell you how to dilute everything. So you're going to want to look at that. But that's what I do. I just make these roller balls of lemon, peppermint, and lavender, bring them everywhere you go. They smell good. Put them on your palm or on your wrist as perfume. For myself, I don't do it with my kids, but for myself, I'll use it on my neck, and I love the way it smells. And bring it on airplanes. Some people bring smelly burgers on airplanes and stuff like that. That's a great way to get rid of the onion smell. So those 3 oils are essential for cold and flu season because they help with a myriad of things that are associated with illness. Okay, so but I'll let you kind of look that stuff up because I'm really trying hard not to go too long on this. Okay, so my number 10 oil, it's my number 10 product, is another oil, and it is Defense Shield. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. If you did not get the essential oils, you have got to get this kit. which has all of our blends and all of our singles inside it. It's beautiful. It's half empty right now because I've got all my oils separate, but I've got content and tea tree in here, so eucalyptus is missing as well. But these oils, let me tell you something, magical, absolutely magical. If you don't use essential oils, you need to get on the bandwagon. I've got some missing here, and this is and guys, we get credit for this. We get business volume for this. Like, can you even believe that? Well, let's talk about Defense Shield, since that's my number 10 product. So Defense Shield is exactly what it sounds like. It is specifically there to defend your body. When my kids are sick, or I know they've been exposed to something, you know, I'll be diffusing lemon, peppermint, and lavender, and I'll usually throw in a few drops of this. I'll dilute some of this, and I will rub it on their feet as well. This is something that we cannot live without. And let me read you what's in here, because you're going to get some overlap from some of these oils that I've mentioned. So we've got lemon and frankincense, but then we've got eucalyptus and rosemary and cinnamon. And you know why those are in there, guys? Because those are very strong immune supporters. Okay, so you're gonna have lots of antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal support. This is not a diluted oil. Even though it's a blend, these are pure oils in here, so you must dilute them before you apply them to anybody's body, all right? So no matter what your rules are with oils, I am always gonna err on the side of safety. Always exercise caution with kids. They usually need a much stronger dilution rate than we do as adults, but this is one of those ones that I always have diffusing almost around the clock when somebody has been sick or exposed to illness, is this Defense Shield. And so if you use your lemon and peppermint and lavender to smell good when you're on the go, whatever, some people will take those three and this and put that in a roller ball. You cannot go wrong. All of these oils are going to smell good. They're going to provide you with ultimate immune support and function. I will tell you though, this one's a little stronger because it's got frankincense in it, so it might not smell as pretty as your lemon, lavender, and peppermint. So just something to keep in mind. And just when you thought I was done, I'm going to mention one more product, and I don't have it with me right now, but it is our Immune Shake Booster, and I wish I had it with me. I actually have run out, and so I have it coming in my next auto ship. But the reason I love the Immune Booster is because it is a proprietary mushroom blend. Now, if you've never done any research on the amazing health benefits of mushrooms, and we're talking about reishi and maitake, you know, mushrooms have been used in ancient Eastern medicine for thousands of years for everything from immune support to tumor suppressing to like all of these amazing things. It's a fascinating world that you can read about, and it's one of the reasons why it's often a mushroom protocol is often recommended in an anti-cancer regimen. Is for that reason. And so we have this amazing, just golden opportunity to put this stuff into our shakes every single day, and then, you know, it's like you set it and forget it. You don't even realize that you're getting all this immune support because it's just going into your shake every day. So if you do not use the Immune Shake Booster, oh my goodness, you guys have got to put that into your auto ship cart for next month, and you have got to start using it because there are so many phenomenal properties of using some of those mushrooms for immune support. Okay, so that's all that I have. That's my top 10. I kept it under 30 minutes, so hopefully that's not too long. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys all stay super well this winter.